Hi everyone. So in today's video we are going to discuss few questions from relative motion. Okay. In the previous video we have discussed all the related theory for motion in one dimension and two dimension. Okay. We have discussed the fundamental theory. We haven't discussed the other cases like man going in rain with an umbrella. Okay, and or river crossing. Those things we will discuss separately in another video. So the fundamental concepts of relative motion in one dimension and two dimension we have discussed. Okay, so today based on those concepts we will be solving a few questions. Okay, now if you haven't gone through that video, I will give you the link in the description so you can go through the theory also. Okay, so this is the first question. Objects A and B both have speed 10 meter per second. Okay, A is moving towards east while B is moving towards north from the same point. Find the velocity of A relative to B. Okay, first let us convert this information given in the question into a diagram. Okay, so this is east, this is west, this is north, this is south. Okay, now A is moving towards east. Okay, so the velocity of A is towards east, so this is VA. Okay, it is moving towards east, and its velocity is how much? See, speed is 10 meter per second and it is directed towards east. So if we take this direction as x-axis and horizontal direction and the upward direction as y-axis, so I can write VA is equal to 10 I cap meter per second. Why 10 I cap? Because it is along x-axis towards east. Okay, B is moving towards north. Okay, so B is moving towards north, so this is the north, so this is VB, and VB is also 10 meter per second, but it is towards north, so that is y-axis, so I will write 10 J cap meter per second. Here I cap is the unit vector along x-axis, J cap is the unit vector along y-axis. Okay, now what is to be find? Find velocity of A relative to B. So that means we have to find VAB, velocity of A relative to B. Okay, now previously we have seen that velocity of A with respect to B, this is actually VA minus VB. VA minus VB. Okay, now if this is VB, VB is towards north, so obviously what will be the direction of minus VB? Minus VB will be in the downward direction. So this is minus VB. This is VA, this is minus VB. So the resultant of these two will be obviously in this direction. This is the resultant of these two. So resultant means I have to add these two. So that is VA. So if I add these two, I get VA plus minus VB. So that is equal to VA minus VB. And VA minus VB is VAB. So that means this vector represents VAB. This vector represents VAB. Okay, so VAB, it will be equal to, what is VA? VA is 10 I cap. So 10 I cap minus 10 J cap meter per second. This is the velocity, 10 I cap minus 10 J cap. And what will be the magnitude of velocity? VAB magnitude, it will be square root of 10 square plus 10 square. So that is equal to how much? 10 root 2 meter per second. Correct? Now if direction is asked, that is this angle, theta. So how much is tan theta? Tan theta will be equal to, so this is 10 units. So that's 10 perpendicular by base divided by 10. So that is equal to 1. So theta is equal to tan inverse 1. So that is theta is equal to 45 degree. Theta is equal to 45 degree. So that means the velocity will be 45 degree south of east. Velocity will be 45 degree south of east. Okay. So velocity is 45 degree south of east. Okay. So this is the direction of velocity and this is the magnitude of velocity. Okay. So this is how you have to solve this question. Now let us solve one question from NCERT. This is question number 3.5 from the chapter Motion in Straight Line. The question is a jet airplane traveling at a speed of 500 km per hour ejects its products of combustion at a speed of 1500 km per hour relative to the jet plane. Okay. So basically, see, we have a jet plane. Suppose this is the plane. Okay. Now this plane, it is moving at a speed of 500 km per hour. Okay. So velocity of plane, it is 500 km per hour. Okay. And the products of combustion will be coming from the back. Okay. Now this combustion product, it is coming out at a speed of 1500 km per hour relative to plane. Okay. So that means velocity of combustion product with respect to the plane, it is 1500 km per hour and it is moving in this direction, opposite direction. So see, if we take this direction as positive x-axis, so I can write Vp vector as 500 I cap km per hour. Okay. Now this is moving in the upward direction. Now this is moving in the opposite direction. So I will write Vcp vector in vector form as, if this is positive x-axis, this will be negative x-axis. So this is plus I cap, this will be minus I cap. So 1500 minus I cap km per hour. Okay. So this information is given in the question. Now it is asked, what is the speed of later with respect to the observer on the ground? So that means we have to find Vc. Okay. This is asked. Okay. So now if you want, you can pause the video and try this question on your own based on this information which I have written on the board. Okay. And so you should pause and I will proceed with the solution and then you can verify. Okay. Now see, Vcp, it is Vc minus Vp. Correct? Now Vcp is this quantity, so I will write this as minus 1500 I cap. This I am writing like this, minus 1500 I cap is equal to Vc minus Vp, so that is 500 I cap. Okay. So this gives Vc is equal to minus 1000 I cap km per hour. Okay. So that means the speed is Vc is equal to 1000 km per hour in this direction. This minus sign shows that the velocity is in this direction. Obviously, combustion products are moving in this direction. Okay. So this is the velocity of the combustion product as observed by an observer on the ground. That is with respect to a frame which is at rest. Okay. Now another question from NCERT. This is question number 3.9. Two towns A and B are connected by regular bus service with the bus leaving in either direction every T minutes. Okay. So this is the road. So this is town A, this is town B. Okay. So buses are leaving this town A and town B. So this is another bus. Okay, and it is given that it is connected by the regular bus service with the bus leaving either direction every t minutes. So every t minutes one bus will leave in this direction from A to B, and every t minutes another bus will leave from B to A. Okay. Achha. Now a man, he is traveling in a cycle. Okay. Suppose this is the man. He is traveling in a cycle and his speed is 20 km per hour. So velocity of cyclist is 20 km per hour. This is given. So now this cyclist, it is traveling from A to B, okay, in this direction with a speed 20 km per hour. Now he observes that a bus goes past him every 18 minutes in the direction of his motion. So in the direction of his motion, in this direction, every 18 minutes one bus is crossing, okay, and every 6 minutes in the opposite direction. Now in the opposite direction, every 6 minutes one bus is crossing this cyclist. Okay. So what is the period T of the bus service? Okay. So it is given that every T minute one bus is going in this direction, another bus is going in the opposite direction. So it is given that every T minute one bus is leaving this station A and one bus is leaving station B. Every T minute from B also buses are coming. Every T minute from A also buses are going. Cyclist is traveling with a speed of 20 km per hour. In the direction from A to B, every 18 minutes buses is crossing the cyclist. In the opposite direction, every 6 minutes one bus is crossing this cyclist. Okay. So we have to find T and with what speed do the buses ply. That is speed of the bus we have to find, and also we have to find the time period T. Okay. So now suppose, so this is velocity of bus or speed of bus in this case. Okay. So speed of bus is VB. Or we assume these buses are traveling with same speed, and this T is the time period. Okay. So what will be the speed of bus relative to the cyclist? Speed of bus with respect to cyclist, that is VBC, that will be equal to VB minus VC. Okay. Achha. Now see, it is given that in the same direction every 18 minutes the bus is crossing the cyclist. Okay. So that means distance travelled by the bus, what will be the distance? It will be speed into time, so that is equal to VB minus VC, 18 by 60. We have taken this speed VB and VC as in kilometer per hour. So this time, minute, 18 minutes, it is converted into hour. So 18 by 60. Okay. Now it is also given that every T minute the buses are leaving each station. Okay. So this from A also every T minute buses are coming. Okay. So that means this distance, it will also be equal to speed of the bus into the time period of the bus. So time T is in minute. So this is T by 60. Isn't it? Now this is the case for the buses which are traveling in the same direction as that of the cyclist. Okay. So for the buses which are coming in the opposite direction, for that we will have this equation as, because they are traveling in opposite direction, so VC is going this direction, VB is coming in the opposite direction. So now this speed will be VB plus VC, and every 6 minutes it is crossing the cyclist. So time is this 6 minutes. So this is 6 by 60. 6 by 60. Okay. This is for the buses which are traveling in the opposite direction. But for that also the period is T. So this will also be equal to VB into this same condition t by 60. Correct? Achha. So this is the basic concept. So if we compare these two equations, we can write VB minus VC into 18 by 60 is equal to VB plus VC 6 by 60, isn't it? So this gets cancelled. This is 3. So 3VB minus 3VC is equal to VB plus VC. Okay, VC is already given 20 km per hour. We have to find VB. So this is 2VB is equal to 4VC, or VB is equal to 2VC. Now VC is 20 km per hour. So that gives VB is equal to 40 km per hour. So speed of the bus is 40 km per hour. Okay. So if we substitute this value in either of the equation, this velocity of bus is VB. This should be capital B, velocity, speed of the bus, VB. Okay. So we have in this any of the equation, if you substitute the value of this VB, you will get the value of T. Okay. So you can simplify this on your own. Okay. I'm writing the value for your sake. This T will be coming out as 9 minutes. Okay. You have to come. You'll be getting the answer. This T is in minute. Okay. This T is in minute. So that is why we are dividing by 60. So if you simplify, you get it as T is equal to 9, but unit will be minute. Okay. So period of the bus is 9 minutes, and the speed of the bus is 40 km per hour. Okay. So next question is from JEE Main 2020. This September exam. The question is, train A and train B are running on parallel tracks in opposite directions with speeds 36 km per hour and 72 km per hour respectively. A person is walking in train A in the direction opposite to its motion with speed 1.8 km per hour. Now you have to find the speed of this person as observed from train B. Okay, and you have to find the answer in meter per second. Okay, 4 options are given. Okay, so suppose this is one train. Okay, it is going in this track. This is another parallel track, and here we have another train. This is going in the opposite direction. The trains are going in the opposite direction. Okay, so this is VA. This is train A. This is train B. This is VB. Okay. Now it is given that the speed of train A is 36 km per hour. Okay. So this is 36 km per hour, and this is 72 km per hour. Okay. So here we have a man who is traveling in the opposite direction to the direction of motion of A, and the speed of the man, it is how much? 1.8 km per hour. 1.8 km per hour. So if we observe this man from this train B, what is the speed? And you have to find the answer in meter per second. Okay. So these are the informations given here. Achha. Now first thing is, see, you have to find the answer in meter per second. So we have to convert this information that is given here in meter per second. So this 36 km per hour, this is 36 into 5 by 18. So this is 10 meter per second. Okay. Similarly, this will be how much? This will be 20 meter per second, and this will be 0.5 meter per second. Okay. So if we take this direction as positive direction, and this as negative direction. So while solving questions on relative motion, you have to give importance to the direction. Okay. So this man is moving with a speed of 1.8 km per hour inside the train. So that means this speed is with respect to the train. Okay. Well, speed of man with respect to train A, that is equal to speed of man minus speed of train A. Okay. Now this is speed of man with respect to train A. So that is 0.5 meter per second, but he is moving in this direction. So this is minus 0.5. It is equal to speed of man minus velocity of speed of, so minus speed of train A, so that is 10 meter per second. 10 meter per second. So now if you simplify this, it is Vm is equal to minus 0.5 plus 10. So Vm is equal to plus 9.5 meter per second. Okay. So that means even though the man is walking in this direction with a speed of 0.5 meter per second, to an observer on the ground, he will see that this man is moving in this direction with a speed of 9.5 meter per second. Okay. So now we have to find the speed of the man, speed of this man with respect to observer on train D. So that means we have to find the speed of man with respect to D. Speed of man with respect to D, because observer is in train D. So this is equal to Vm minus Vb. Vm minus Vb. So Vmb, it is equal to Vm is plus 9.5. Okay. Minus, now see train D it is moving in the opposite direction, so this will be negative. So this is minus 20. So Vmb, it is equal to plus 29.5 meter per second. So that is the speed of the man with respect to observer on train D. So this observer on train D will see that this man is moving in this direction with a speed of 29.5 meter per second. Okay. To an observer on the ground, he will see that the man is moving in this direction with a speed of 9.5 meter per second. Okay. So another interesting question, we have a bus starts from rest moving with an acceleration of 2 meter per second square. Okay. Now this is the bus, it starts from rest, so UB, initial velocity of bus is 0, acceleration is 2 meter per second square. A cyclist 96 meter behind the bus starts simultaneously towards the bus at 20 meter per second. So this is the cyclist. After what time he be able to overtake the bus? Okay. So suppose somewhere here he is able to overtake the bus. Okay. So if we take the concept of relative motion, so if we take SCB, that is distance traveled by cyclist with respect to the bus. So if we take the distance traveled by the cyclist with respect to bus relative to the bus, okay, so that is the frame of reference is in the bus. So that means you are at rest because you are moving along with the bus. Okay, so this is equal to UCB into T plus half ACB into T square. So basically I am using the equation of motion, that is relative equation of motion, S equal to UT plus half AT square. But here since this bus is accelerating, so I have written ACB, that is acceleration of cyclist with respect to bus, initial velocity of cyclist with respect to bus. Okay. Achha. Now the advantage of using this concept is, see, distance traveled by the cyclist with respect to bus. So the frame of reference is the bus. Frame of reference is the bus. That means suppose you are in the bus. Now if you are moving with the bus, see bus is moving, but you are at rest with respect to the bus. Correct? So that means the relative distance covered by the cyclist to catch the bus, it will be 96 meter, isn't it? So you write this as, see, SCB will be 96 meter is equal to UC minus UB. UCB is UC minus UB into T plus half AC minus AB into T square. This is initial velocity of cyclist with respect to bus, UC minus UB, acceleration of cyclist with respect to bus, AC minus AB. Correct? So 96, it is equal to UC is 20. This is the speed of the cyclist. The cyclist is moving with constant speed. So I can write this as, this is UC, this is UB. Okay. So 20 minus 0 into T plus half what is AC? Acceleration of the cyclist is 0. Cyclist is not accelerating. Bus is accelerating with 2 meter per second square. So 0 minus 2 t square. Okay, so now we have this equation. 96 is equal to 20 t minus t square. Okay, so t square minus 20t plus 96 is equal to 0. So this is t square minus 12t minus 8t plus 96 is equal to 0. So simplifying this, we have t is equal to 8 second and 12 second. So that means cyclist will cross the bus twice, at 2 times. So we have got the 2 solutions. Okay, now if we look into the options are, we have one is 8 second, one is 12 second. Okay, and we are getting 8 second and 12 second answer. But it is asked like after what time he will be able to overtake the bus. Okay, so it implies that at first instant when it will be able to cross the bus. Okay, first it will cross the bus at time 8 second, then next again it will cross the bus at 12 second. So you have to choose this as the correct answer. Okay. So in the next question, we have 2 cars moving in the same direction with a speed of 30 km per hour. So these are 2 cars and both are moving in the same direction with a speed of 30 km per hour. Okay, they are separated by a distance of 5 km. Okay, now what is the speed of a car moving in the opposite direction? So another car is coming in the opposite direction. Okay, and what is the speed of the car moving in the opposite direction if it meets the 2 cars at an interval of 4 minutes? So the car which is coming in the opposite direction, it crosses this car and then it crosses this car. So that time interval of crossing these 2 cars is 4 minutes. So you have to find the speed of the car which is coming in the opposite direction. This is the question. Okay, so you may pause the video and try this question on your own and then verify my solution. So to solve this question, we will use the concept of relative motion. Okay, so that equation is s equal to ut plus half at square. So we will be using the relative equation. So s relative, u relative, a relative. Okay, so here nothing is accelerating. So relative acceleration, this will be 0. So this term vanishes. So we have this s relative equal to u relative into time. Okay, so now see, the car which is traveling in the opposite direction, suppose its speed is v. Okay, so it crosses this distance 5 km. So relative distance is 5 km. That is the distance between the 2 cars. So that is 5. It is equal to how much will be the speed? Since it is coming in opposite direction, so the speed will be added. So this will be v plus 30. V plus 30. This v is in kilometer per hour. And what is the time taken? That is 4 minutes. So we have to convert that into hour. So that is 4 divided by 60. So now simplifying this, we have, this is 15. So v plus 30 is equal to 75, or v is equal to 45 kilometer per hour. So that means the speed of the car which is traveling in the opposite direction is 45 kilometer per hour.